The Jedi Order, an ancient and noble organization of Force-sensitive individuals, holds a unique place in the history of the galaxy. To those who seek serenity, the stories of their values, traditions, and the soothing hum of their lightsabers can bring a sense of peace. Tonight, let the tales of Jedi lore guide your thoughts as you drift into a restful slumber. The origins of the Jedi date back thousands of years to a time when the galaxy was still young, its stars uncharted and its civilizations fledgling. On the planet Tython, the early Force users gathered, drawn together by the mysteries of the energy field that connects all living things, the Force. They sought balance and understanding, believing that harmony with the Force was the key to enlightenment. Their teachings evolved, and their numbers grew, leading to the establishment of the Jedi Order. The Jedi were not warriors by nature but seekers of wisdom and guardians of peace. Their lives were dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge and the preservation of balance in the galaxy. They believed in living selflessly, letting go of attachments and desires that could cloud their judgment. This principle, though difficult, was central to their philosophy. It allowed them to act without bias, free from the temptations of power or revenge. Their home on Coruscant, a bustling city world that served as the heart of galactic politics, was a serene refuge. The Jedi Temple, with its 5 towering spires, was both a symbol of their presence and a sanctuary for reflection. Within its walls, young initiates trained under the watchful eyes of Jedi Masters. These masters passed down the Order's ancient teachings, ensuring that each generation would carry forward the legacy of peace and service. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Jedi was their connection to the Force. The Force, as described by the Jedi, is an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us, penetrates us, and binds the galaxy together. Jedi trained to sense and manipulate the Force, using it to perform incredible feats, enhancing their physical abilities, healing wounds, or even glimpsing the future. But these powers came with great responsibility, for the misuse of the Force could lead one down a darker path. The dark side, seductive and treacherous. The Jedi were ever mindful of its pull, teaching their students to guard against anger, fear, and hatred. These emotions, they believed, were pathways to corruption. The dark side offered power, yes, but at the cost of one's soul. The Sith, ancient rivals of the Jedi, embodied this temptation. Where the Jedi sought harmony, the Sith sought dominance. Their clash with the Sith spanned millennia, a conflict that shaped the galaxy's history. Despite their vigilance, the Jedi were not infallible. Their commitment to the Republic and its institutions often placed them in the heart of political struggles, a reality that challenged their ideals. Yet even in the face of war and betrayal, the Jedi found solace in the Force. Meditation was their sanctuary, a time to center themselves and find clarity amidst the chaos. Lightsabers, the iconic weapon of the Jedi, were not mere tools of combat but extensions of the wielder's connection to the Force. Each lightsaber was unique, crafted by its owner with care and precision. The Kyber crystal, a rare and powerful gem, gave the lightsaber its color and attuned it to the user. Blue, green, and occasionally purple blades were most common among Jedi, while the red blades of the Sith symbolized their corruption. The hum of a lightsaber, rhythmic and steady, was a comforting sound, a reminder of the Jedi's commitment to justice. In the long corridors of the Jedi Temple, Padawans would gather around their masters, listening to tales of heroism and sacrifice. They heard of the great Jedi Knights who ventured into the farthest reaches of the galaxy to aid those in need. Some stories spoke of trials that tested a Jedi's resolve, a rite of passage that forged their character and solidified their bond with the Force. The Jedi Code, a simple yet profound set of principles, guided their lives. There is no emotion, there is peace. There is no ignorance, there is knowledge. There is no passion, there is serenity. There is no chaos, there is harmony. There is no death, there is the Force. These words echoed in the hearts of Jedi, a constant reminder of their purpose. They strove to embody these values, though they knew perfection was unattainable. It was the journey toward the ideal that defined their lives, a path of humility and dedication. The Jedi Order was not without its share of trials and tribulations. Throughout history, there were moments of doubt, internal conflict, and even schism. Some Jedi questioned the Order's strict adherence to its code, believing that compassion and love were not weaknesses but strengths. These debates, though painful, were part of the Order's evolution, a testament to its members' commitment to growth and understanding. As the galaxy expanded, the Jedi became protectors of the Republic, mediating disputes and defending the innocent. They worked alongside the Senate, their wisdom guiding the decisions of the galaxy's leaders. Yet this alliance was not without risk. The Jedi's involvement in politics often blurred the line between service and authority, a complexity that tested their ideals. Imagine now the stillness of a Jedi's meditation chamber, a quiet space illuminated by soft, golden light. A Jedi sits cross-legged, their breathing steady, their mind attuned to the gentle flow of the Force. Through the Force, they perceive the interconnectedness of all things, the rustling of leaves on distant planets, the laughter of children in faraway cities, and the rhythm of the galaxy's heartbeat. In these moments, the Jedi find peace, a state of being that transcends the worries of the material world. The bond between a Jedi and the Force was deeply personal, a connection that varied for each individual yet united them in their shared purpose. Some Jedi were particularly attuned to the living Force, focusing on the here and now, the ebb and flow of life around them. Others connected more strongly with the cosmic Force, drawing strength and guidance from the greater, universal energy that spanned time and space. This diversity within the Order was a strength, a reflection of the myriad ways the Force could manifest and be understood. The Jedi's journey was a lifelong endeavor, beginning in early childhood. Younglings, identified by their sensitivity to the Force, were brought to the temple for training. Under the guidance of masters, they learned not only to wield the Force but to cultivate discipline, patience, and empathy. These early lessons emphasized that power alone was not the mark of a Jedi. It was their wisdom, restraint, and compassion that set them apart. When a youngling was ready, they became a Padawan, apprenticed to a Jedi Knight or Master. This bond was one of mentorship and trust, a relationship that shaped both individuals. Together they embarked on missions, faced challenges, and grew in their understanding of the Force. The trials a Padawan faced were not merely tests of skill but reflections of their inner strength, their ability to overcome fear and doubt. The Jedi Order, for all its reverence and structure, was not immune to loss and tragedy. Tales of fallen Jedi were whispered among Padawans, serving as cautionary lessons. Some were drawn to the dark side, seduced by its promises of power and control. Others struggled with the burden of their responsibilities, their choices weighed down by the complexity of the galaxy's conflicts. Yet, even in the face of these struggles, the Jedi remained steadfast in their commitment to the light. Perhaps the most poignant aspect of Jedi lore is their understanding of mortality. They viewed death not as an end, but as a transition, a return to the Force. The passing of a Jedi was a solemn occasion, marked by quiet reflection and gratitude for the departed's contributions. The concept of becoming one with the Force offered comfort, a reminder that no one was truly gone, that their essence continued to resonate through the currents of the galaxy. The stories of Jedi masters like Yoda and Qui-Gon Jinn carry this sense of profound wisdom. Yoda, with his diminutive stature and ageless insight, exemplified the patience and humility of the Order. His teachings resonated with a deep understanding of the Force, urging Jedi to let go of fear and embrace the present. Qui-Gon, on the other hand, was a maverick, unafraid to challenge the Council's decisions. His belief in following the will of the Force, even when it conflicted with tradition, highlighted the dynamic and evolving nature of Jedi philosophy. As the stars glimmer across the infinite expanse of the galaxy, one can almost hear the quiet hum of a lightsaber being ignited in a moment of resolve. The Jedi, in their solitude and solidarity, embody a timeless ideal: the pursuit of peace in a universe often fraught with turmoil. Their legacy, though tested by adversity, remains a beacon for those who seek to understand the balance between power and responsibility, between attachment and letting go. So as you close your eyes and let the weight of the day fade, imagine a Jedi standing beneath the vast, star-studded sky of some distant world. They breathe deeply, their presence calm, their connection to the Force as natural as the wind brushing through the trees. In their stillness, they remind us that peace is not the absence of conflict, but the quiet strength to face it with clarity and compassion. May their stories guide you into a restful and peaceful sleep. The galaxy has always been vast and tumultuous, with countless civilizations rising and falling amidst its starry expanse. The Jedi Order, however, stood as a constant through much of this turmoil. Their presence was a reminder that even in the darkest times, there could be light, a quiet, enduring force for good. The tales of their deeds, both legendary and subtle, weave a tapestry that has inspired countless generations. One such tale is that of the High Republic, a golden age of the Jedi. During this era, the Jedi served as beacons of hope, exploring the farthest reaches of the galaxy, where the Republic's influence had yet to reach. They built outposts on remote planets, offering aid to struggling communities and mediating disputes with wisdom and compassion. The Jedi of this time were not bound by the rigid hierarchies or bureaucratic entanglements that would later plague the Order. Instead, they were guided by a deep connection to the Force and a shared vision of harmony. Imagine the elegance of a Jedi starship, its design both functional and graceful, reflecting the philosophy of its pilot. These ships, equipped with advanced astrogation systems, allowed the Jedi to travel great distances, answering calls for help wherever they arose. The Jedi did not seek glory or gratitude for their efforts. Their reward was the knowledge that they had brought some measure of peace to a troubled galaxy. Yet the Jedi were not always alone in their endeavors. Throughout their history, they formed alliances with those who shared their ideals, such as the courageous warriors of Mandalore during rare moments of unity, or the altruistic members of the Republic Senate. These partnerships were not without their challenges, for the Jedi often found themselves at odds with those who sought power for its own sake. Still, they persevered, trusting in the Force to guide their actions. The Force itself was as much a mystery as it was a source of strength. Jedi Masters devoted their lives to understanding its nuances, meditating on its will, and learning to interpret its subtle whispers. Some describe the Force as a melody, its notes shifting with the ebb and flow of life. Others likened it to a river, with currents that could be gentle or tumultuous, carrying them toward their destinies. There were moments, however, when the Jedi were forced to confront their own fallibility. The Clone Wars, a devastating conflict orchestrated by hidden forces, tested the very foundations of the Order. The Jedi, drawn into the war as generals and strategists, found themselves in a role that conflicted with their core principles. They became soldiers in a battle that blurred the lines between right and wrong, their wisdom clouded by the chaos of war. Even in the darkest moments of the Clone Wars, there were flickers of light. The Jedi Anakin Skywalker, though destined for a tragic fall, was a symbol of hope and potential. His bond with his Padawan, Ahsoka Tano, demonstrated the strength of trust and mentorship. Ahsoka herself became a beacon of resilience, walking her own path when the Order faltered. Her story, like many others, showed that the essence of the Jedi extended beyond their titles or affiliations. It was a way of being, a commitment to doing what was right. The fall of the Jedi Order, orchestrated through betrayal and manipulation, was a tragedy of galactic proportions. Yet, even in their defeat, the Jedi endured. Survivors of the Purge carried their teachings in secret, preserving the spark of hope for a future generation. The Force, ever resilient, found new champions, individuals who rose to embrace its call, even without the guidance of the Order. Luke Skywalker, born amidst the shadow of the Empire, was one such figure. Guided by the wisdom of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda, he rekindled the flame of the Jedi. Luke's journey, marked by triumphs and struggles, embodied the eternal cycle of the Jedi's story: the fall, the rise, and the endless pursuit of balance. His legacy was not just in restoring the Order, but in understanding the need for change, for learning from the past without being bound by it. As the stars shimmer in the vastness above, the tales of the Jedi remind us of the enduring power of hope. Their stories speak of courage, sacrifice, and the quest for understanding in a galaxy that is both beautiful and chaotic. The Jedi knew that peace was not a destination but a journey, one that required constant effort and vigilance. It was this commitment to the journey that made their legacy timeless. In the quiet moments, as you lay beneath an imagined sky of distant stars, consider the Jedi's greatest teaching: that the Force is within us all. It connects us, a thread that binds our experiences, our struggles, and our triumphs. And like the Jedi, we are called to listen to its whispers, to find our own balance, and to walk the path with integrity and compassion. Let the stories of the Jedi be your guide tonight, a comforting reminder that even in the vastness of the universe, there is harmony to be found. The Force surrounds you, and as you drift into the realm of dreams, you too become part of its gentle, endless flow. Sleep well, and may the Force be with you.